Hey family, in this episode we're going to be showing you how to plant we're going to put the rest of the peppers down and got a couple other things that we're putting down. What are those other vegetables?
We got tomatoes and we got some other, I believe those are bell peppers, I believe. Um, yeah, these are yellow bell.
Yellow bell, okay.
Yeah, yellow bell. Similar to those are red, I believe. They're all green uh, when they're growing on the plant, and then those turn red at maturity, and then these turn yellow once they mature on the plant. So, same thing that we did with this pepper plant here. Soil here, as I showed you earlier, is not bad, but it could use some soil amendments. So you don't see a lot of organic material on there. So that's where we're gonna spread a few inches of compost over this whole area. Or if you're low on compost, just spread it right where you're planting. If I only had this area here to plant, I would just put compost right here in this hole, along with some additional fertilizer. These flowering plants, they need phosphorus to help them produce big fruits. So these are bell peppers. So the phosphorus, which is this material right here, this is bone meal. So we're going to be putting some bone meal in the hole here, and then we're going to be using an all-purpose liquid fertilizer throughout the growing season. So I'll show you how we do that. I showed you earlier on that one. We're going to do one more pepper plant here, and we'll do tomatoes over there.
Okay, so we've got peppers and tomatoes being put in. And so one of the things that I learned when I was younger, I could never grow anything because I didn't understand the importance of the soil. We landscaped our driveway. We did it ourselves because people want $4,000 to do the job. But we did the job. I think we spent what, 700 when we did
For
the
what?
for the landscaping on the side of the house in the front.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
We spent
Yeah.
about seven hundred
Right.
dollars.
Yep.
Just him
Mhm.
and I.
Yep.
$700 versus 4,000. You do the math.
Mhm.
So he's mixing the dirt with organic compost, and then he'll be adding some bone meal in. Now, what does that bone meal do again?
It's phosphorus.
Oh, okay.
Basically it's a natural form of phosphorus. It doesn't wash away. It stays in the soil for quite a long time. And that's the good thing about a lot of the natural stuff. They don't wash away like a chemical fertilizer.
Okay.
So as I said before, on these pea pots, make sure you tear off the top so it doesn't create a wick. If you leave that on there, it could possibly wick some of the water from down below. Make sure you press it in and have some good contact with the soil.
When you do that, it helps the roots catch.
Right.
And if you don't, the roots don't catch,
Hmm.
then they don't get the nutrients.
So make sure you give it a good water after it's all already settled in. We got one more pepper plant that needs to go over here on this end, and that's why we're not going to do one there. We're going to come over here, and we got
And the
three or four
tomatoes.
tomato plants. So we're going to
Mhm.
Put those over here on the end. We can put those relatively close. You can put them in relatively close because they provide a little bit of shade, a little bit of shade to the ground, and it helps keep the ground cool. Also, it's a good idea to keep, when we're getting ready to go in the summer, it's a good idea to keep a couple inches of mulch. And that's just a ground cover, keeps the temperature down, keeps moisture in, and it doesn't have to be the compost. It can be almost anything. It could be straw, it could be wood chips or whatever, but something just to regulate the temperature of the ground and keep moisture in there. Um, this leads to healthier plants.
Now, for those of you that live up in the high desert, you have a lot of work to do on that soil because it's sand. If you live in the high desert or Palm Springs, that's the type of soil that you have. The problem with sand is it absorbs water. Um, what else would you say about sand?
Sand, oh, I'm sorry, what about it?
For people in the high desert or in Palm Springs that have that sand and are trying to plant food, what's your
Well,
take
sand,
on it?
the big positive about sand is that it drains really well. You won't have a plant trying to grow in standing water. The negative is it dries too quickly. So with sand, you have to put in a lot of organic material to help that well-draining sand hold water. So it's a good media to grow plants in, but it needs help, especially out here in this California environment, to be able to hold water for the plants. Otherwise, it dries out really fast.
And so while he's
A lot more
preparing
than
that
that.
soil, I like to show you. Um, I know on the last episode I was showing you kumquats, but I want you to really take a good look at this fruit. The color is delicious. Uh, See how many are full. You know why this is? This is because of organic composting. This is why we have so many. Look at that. And it's a little shady over by the oranges and grapefruit, but oh my God, they're delicious. So I wanted you to see that. It's so good. And if you don't like kumquats, I don't know what to tell you. They're very good. You eat them whole. You don't open them up. You eat the whole thing. You just pop it in your mouth. Also, we have oranges, limes on the other side, like I mentioned before. And this persimmon tree usually blooms around fall, but my God, they are better on that tree than they are at the grocery store. Now, we go to a market in Pomona, and they we look at their fruit and vegetables. And I think after seeing their fruit and vegetables for a while, we decided we didn't even want to buy them anymore. The fruits and vegetables that we had at our other home were much better. So we don't want to waste any money on fruits and vegetables that might be GMO. We decide we're just going to do this ourselves. If you live in an apartment, you can do this. There's a way to plant inside, and we can talk to you about that on another episode. So just because you don't have a home, own a house, you can have a condo, apartment, doesn't matter. You can grow. Gives you some satisfaction, and gardening burns calories as well. Trust me, your back will hurt when it's over.
Sure. Let me show you something. We got a tomato plant. We've already dumped it out of the container. So with a tomato plant, you want to plant it a little. This is one of the type of plants that you can plant a little bit deeper than it was planted in the pot. So here we'll probably go down a couple of inches deeper. Take these leaves off here, plant it there, and then you have a stronger root system because the area in here will take root. However far down you plant it, so you got a extra strong plant. If I can get it further down in there, like I'm encountering some type of root or something in there.
Yeah, that ground is hard.
Yeah, it is. Yep. All these rocks need to come out, and they will. Okay, that's a little bit better now. Okay, that's still gonna give us a little bit deeper than what it was planted. So there's one.
Now, we have seedlings, but I have a very beautiful young lady who is trying to plant from seed.
Seeds, you
Yeah.
can do it. The thing is with peppers and tomatoes, generally you're starting your seeds 2 months out from planting season. So they take a while to germinate, and it's going to be a while before they get big enough. Like these plants here, they're probably at least a couple of months old. So if you do it from seed, it's going to take, you had to have started them a couple of months ago to make them big enough to transplant into the garden now. You can still do it, it just they're going to be behind. So it's a good idea to start them, I'm going to guess probably in
So
late
this
January and February.
so if you're starting from seed, January and February is when you want to start
Yep,
planting. Otherwise, hold on to the seed and just go get your seedlings.
right.
At this point in the game, it's already spring, so
Mm-hmm.
they're already going to start blooming.
Yep.
So that's our episode of planting, and the next time you see us, we'll have all of these in the ground. We'll let you take a look, and we'll be planting some cabbage. All right? Okay, fam. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.